This video is brought to you by my two books, Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist and The Blues Guitar Bible. Want to learn about modes, harmony, scales, chord substitution and keys? Or maybe you're interested in supercharging your blues guitar rhythm and lead chops. Whatever you're interested in, I guarantee you will be hitting the fast lane to progress with either of these works. Both feature video demonstrations and tutorials, loads of tabs and jam tracks to play along with, and I promise you, everything is explained in crystal clear plain English. Check out the links in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Quick little video about the mods that I've done to this guitar today. This is the newest acquisition here at Robson Towers, a Squier Classic Vibe 50 Strat. It's well documented that I'm not really the world's biggest Strat fan. I don't dislike them, but I was just never that, well, I was for a long time massively into Strats, and I kind of went elsewhere. I went sort of down the Telecaster and then kind of Les Paul route. But the point is, I've had to borrow a Strat a couple of times in recent months for comparison videos. And I just thought, well, yeah, there's always going to be those kind of videos that I'm needing to do, so just get a cheap Strat. So I bought this Squier Classic Vibe. On the whole, I'm very happy with it. It's still basking in a little bit of the residual new guitar novelty factor. But I think I'm enjoying this guitar more than I did the Player Series Strat that I had back in 2021. That was a guitar I really wanted to love, but couldn't quite get there. And I think I'm also enjoying it a little bit more than the Sire Larry Carlton S7 that I had after the Player Series Strat. As I say, new guitar novelty factor that was still kind of in the dying embers of that whole feeling. So we'll see in a few months if it's still kind of something I'm reaching for. Yeah, the one weak point on this guitar, as Darryl Braun pointed out when he did a review of one of these years ago, he said, yeah, the tremolo. If you use the tremolo, you're going to put your guitar out of tune. And straight out of the box, that is indeed very much the case. If you try and use the trem on this guitar, it's just going to destroy your tuning. But what I'm here to tell you about today are some relatively inexpensive and easy, hence I can do them, modifications that you can do to this or any other budget Strat style guitar to get this kind of performance out of the tremolo. Yeah, that was me obviously getting my David Gilmour mini-me trousers on, just to sort of illustrate how the trem works. A little bit of housekeeping before we discuss that. There's a full tab in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing that piece of music and an extended version of the jam track. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, link in the description. $3 or £3-ish, depending on the exchange rate, a month gets you access to all of these additional goodies, resources, tabs, jam tracks, tracks, that kind of stuff that go along with these YouTube videos. And of course, a massive thank you to everyone who supports me in that, or any of the other ways, all of which are downstairs in the description, including the tier 2 level membership on Patreon, where you get all that stuff, but you also get some extra video content and a twice monthly hangout with me and the other tier 2 supporters on Zoom. Great little get together that, and I can highly recommend it. Anyway, that's the shilling over. Let's talk about the trem on this guitar. As you could see, I was doing all the kind of Gilmour-esque kind of swoops and scoops in and out of notes, adding vibrato, and you know, it was, the tuning didn't kind of waver, really. It just handled it perfectly. Maybe the same sort of stuff that you could expect to hear on a, like, by the late great Jeff Beck. It would do that kind of thing as well. So what have I done to this guitar to enhance the performance? Well, let's run through the points that needed addressing. First of all, the tremolo arm itself. It was clunky and loose. It's a screw-in arm, and it just didn't feel very nice. You either had to have it screwed all the way in, so it was, you know, kind of, the thread was right at the end of its travel, and it was just stuck there and you couldn't move it out the way, or it was just kind of flopping loose, and every time you used it, it was ka-clunk, 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 you know, the kind of thing. Yeah, so first thing I did was this here, some Plumber's PTFE tape, £3.50 on Amazon. You can hear the dog barking in the background there. Yes, he can sort his attitude out. Here it is here. It's just the easiest stuff in the world to use. You just, let's get rid of that. Here it is. You couldn't see that there. There's the tape there. You just pull a length off like that, wrap it into the threads on the tremolo arm and screw it in, and it just takes up all that slack in the threads, and now the trem feels, the arm feels just positive and stable, much like it does on, let's have a look, this guitar here. The trem on this guitar, you know, which is just a push-in one with a grub screw at the back there to tighten it up. This trem now, or the Strat trem now, feels the same as the trem on that PRS. First job done. Next thing I did was ordered a set of these, some roller string trees, that little kind of round washer string tree that comes as standard on this guitar is pretty much guaranteed to destroy your tuning. So if I just hold that up close there, you can see it now sports a roller string tree. Let's get that in focus. There it is. And once again, how much did they cost? $4.99 on Amazon once again. And, you know, so far we've spent less than a tenner. The next little bit of outlay, though, does, you know, kind of account for the majority of the expenditure. It's some of this stuff, this Dunlop nut lube. Various other kind of products are available. This is just the one that I happen to have had, and had it for a little while now. It's just like a little gel pen. You kind of take the top off, you twist the end like that, and a little bit of the lubricant comes out, and you just wipe it into the nut slots like that. Probably best to do this when you change strings, or just lift the strings out and do it. But, you know, just get the lube into the strings, into the nut slots, and it just eliminates any friction along with the roller string tree. And that is, you know, a lot of the tuning problems sorted. The other thing that I wanted to address was just the feel of the trem. It is so tight and stiff. Like, you know, not only could you not use the trem without putting the guitar out of tune, you pretty much couldn't use the trem because it was just that stiff. So away with the old springs, which were really, really highly tensioned, and a set of these springs for $3.95 on eBay. Loads of vendors on eBay selling these, and you can just choose the tension that you want. I went for medium tension, and there they now reside in the back of the guitar. You got to rebalance the trem a little bit, which basically means tightening the claw back here, or adjusting the claw back here, loosening, tightening wherever it needs to go, retune, adjust the claw, retune, and it's like a balancing act. You reach an equilibrium. I'm sure there is some highly skilled guitar tech out there who will tell me a shortcut way of doing that, because I'm sure there is one. I just didn't know what it was. So anyway, I did it the long way around. All in all those mods, including swapping the strings, taking the strings off, because I had the Trem to bits. I changed strings at the same time. What I'm saying is a complete restring, changing the springs, changing the string tree. Couldn't think what it was called then, and curing the floppy tremolo arm, all done in under half an hour. So, and for the princely sum of £31.43. And believe me, if I can do this, anyone can. I am the most ham-fisted, butterfingered spanner that you're likely to meet, but it was an easy enough set of mods to do. And now we've got a Trem that behaves. Let's just point the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. We're in tune. And if I go... That, let's just point the camera back up again. That's not bad performance. If you were to go any sillier, let's say, than that, then you're probably going to do some damage to the Trem. But what I regard this as now, this is a Squier Classic Vibe 50s Strat. Nobody in the 50s was thinking about doing 80s pinched harmonic, squealy, dive bomb, strings down to slack kind of shenanigans on a Trem. It's just there for the sort of Hank Marvin wobbles like that, and it performs admirably in those circumstances. And as you heard earlier, with a little bit more perhaps gusto, doing the David Gilmour-y kind of stuff, it works fine. And as I say, it costs just over 30 quid to put it into that sort of shape, and it's easy to do. So why not have a go yourself? If you've got any kind of budget-conscious Strat-style guitar, and you're thinking, I wish the Trem was a little bit better performing, well, now you know what to do. So there you go, folks. That is the video for today. Just a little story of how I sorted out the Trem on this lovely little Squier Stratocaster. Make of it what you will. And as I say, that's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful and informative. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream tomorrow and every Friday, 5 PM UK time, where we just drink beer and chat, basically. Music and guitars are often the topic of conversation, but it can and often does go absolutely anywhere. It's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.